The cold water felt like knives against my skin. One moment, my boat was steady under the Florida sun. The next, a wave flipped it like a toy. I kicked, gasped, clawed at the sea, my strength slipping with every breath. No one was near. No one could hear me. And then, the surface broke with a silver flash that changed everything. My name is Thomas Reed. I'm 67 years old, a fisherman who's worked these waters my entire life. Florida's bays have fed my family for generations. But on that October morning, the ocean didn't feel like a friend. It felt like an enemy. I had taken my small boat out alone, chasing a last catch before the storm rolled in. I didn't know I was about to gamble with death. The sky darkened quicker than I'd ever seen. Winds whipped across the bay, and my little boat rocked violently. Before I could anchor, a rogue wave slammed into the side. The boat flipped, throwing me into the freezing water. The shock stole my breath, and panic clawed at my chest. I surfaced, gasping, but the overturned boat drifted away. The current dragged me further from the shore with terrifying ease. I tried to scream, but the wind swallowed my voice. Every kick of my legs grew heavier as the cold seeped into my bones. Hypothermia had already begun its cruel work. The horizon stretched empty. No boats, no people. The rain lashed my face, blurring the line between sky and sea. I whispered a prayer into the storm, my lips trembling. Was this how a fisherman's life ended? Alone, nameless, pulled under by the very waters he trusted? Through the blur of rain and salt I saw it, a sleek dorsal fin cutting the surface not 20 feet away. For a moment my heart stopped. A shark? My final terror. But then it leapt, curving gracefully through the air. A dolphin. The dolphin circled me, close, then closer, its eyes catching mine. I shouted hoarsely, "Help! Please!" Though I knew it couldn't understand. But it didn't leave. It swam tight circles, as if inspecting my failing strokes. When I began to sink, it darted under me, nudging me up with its strong back. It wasn't leaving me to die. The current was merciless, pulling us both deeper into the bay. I clung weakly to its dorsal fin as it surged forward. Each wave crashed over me, but the dolphin kept pushing, steady as a lifeline. My body shook uncontrollably from the cold. Every second felt like my last, yet it kept me afloat. Through the howl of the storm, I thought I heard something. Voices. A fishing vessel, faint on the horizon. I tried to wave, but my arms were useless, leaden. The dolphin slapped its tail against the water, again and again, sending white sprays into the air. It was signaling. The boat turned toward us, but the distance was still too great. My head dipped below the surface, lungs screaming for air. That's when the dolphin surged beneath me once more, lifting me high enough to breathe. I coughed, choking, tears mixing with seawater. It refused to let me give up. The fisherman leaned over the rail, shouting, throwing ropes. But I couldn't grab them. My hands wouldn't obey. The dolphin pushed me directly toward the hull, steady and unrelenting. A pair of arms finally locked around me, hauling me onto the deck. The moment I collapsed, I turned my head, just in time to see the dolphin vanish beneath the waves. My body was wrapped in blankets, voices shouting about hypothermia, about luck. But all I could whisper was, "The dolphin, it saved me." The men on the boat looked at me in disbelief. I wasn't delirious. I knew what I had seen. A guardian had carried me out of death's reach. By the next day, the story was everywhere. Fisherman saved by dolphin. Reporters came, cameras flashed, neighbors called me a miracle man. But I shook my head every time. "No," I said. "The miracle wasn't me. The miracle had fins." A week later, I returned to the shoreline. The waters were calm, almost serene, as if nothing had happened. I walked the sand with shaky legs, scanning the horizon. And then, like an answered prayer, I saw a silver arc break the surface. It was back. The dolphin surfaced, circling once, then twice, keeping its distance. I raised a trembling hand toward it, whispering, "Thank you." It chirped once, a high-pitched sound carried on the wind. Then, with a flick of its tail, it disappeared again. but I knew it remembered. People ask me now, do dolphins really know what they're doing? I don't know what science will say, but I know what I felt, the strength of another life refusing to let mine end. I was a fisherman drowning, and a dolphin became my guardian. Some heroes walk on land. Some heroes carry badges. Mine swam through the storm, carrying me when I couldn't carry myself. If this story moved you, you're not alone. At Loyal Voice, we bring you true, emotional tales that deserve to be heard. Like, comment, and subscribe. And never miss the next miracle.